Gotta love that stream delay.
Yeah, I have some pretty bad Steam delay or stream delay on my part.
Anyhow. So the basic idea behind Shovel Knight Any Percent is in each level, the runners want to get as much gold as possible without losing any time. And then in certain points in the run, they'll either break some checkpoints to get extra money, and then they'll also buy some items.
I think Taiwan is like dead or something.
I don't know.
I think Kyuketsuki got like a head start or something. So he's like the first one I saw who started.
Well, we'll find out as the race goes on.
So look, all three except Q attempted and got the leap of faith. So he's gonna be a little bit behind.
What are some of the main mechanics behind speedrunning Shovel Knight?
One of the basic mechanics that you'll see throughout the game is the shovel canceling. It involves hitting attack, then the very next frame you hit jump, which cancels the shovel animation. But since the shovel is out, it'll still do the action. So for example, if you're hitting an enemy, you can basically just mash jump and attack at the same time, and it'll do a lot of damage. And we'll be seeing that a lot throughout the run.
Oh, Taiwan did a setup for the bubble wrap, but then he broke the other block and then fell back into the pit.
Oh, oh man.
Looks like Ignatious is going for it as well. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, SpeedFrog is in the dirt room with the slimes. Ignatious gets a nice bubble wrap, and it's actually pulled far ahead.
The bubble wrap saves about, I believe, 4 seconds over just doing the level normally, somewhere around there.
And somehow Taiwan skipped the checkpoint before the bubble dragon.
Oh,
so
and then he
he's-
jumps in the pit.
I don't know what he's doing.
Alright, well, SpeedFrog has taken a sizable lead against TaiwanNinja. And Ignatius also a sizable lead against Kyuketsuki, but he was not too far behind, just now starting Black Knight himself. He
See if
managed to
he
get the
tries
stun
this
lock in
again.
the left corner.
He went to set up for it, but
Oh, he's just gonna skip it, yeah. Oh my god, dude.
So Ignatius and SpeedFrog both now entering the Pridemore Keep layer of King Knight. There they'll gather some more gold, and after this level buy the first item. So coming up you're going to see some lava that's on a local cycle, meaning that the players just want to move through this room as close to perfect as possible to not get hit. Then afterward, the runners go for the gentle hop, which is just a technique used to extend your jump height on a screen transition. Taiwan finishing up Black Knight. And Q again, not too far behind Ignatius. This is still anyone's race for them. SpeedFrog with a sizable lead against Taiwan still.
Ignatious failing the gentle hop, in which you jump into the next screen while shoveling, and for whatever reason, this boosts your jump height so you can reach the platform, and you'll be able to skip the fire pot cycles.
Q having a little trouble getting off that ladder. That's a harder thing to learn when you learn Shovel Knight as a speed game, is the exact timing that you can jump off of ladders. Otherwise you just end up falling down over and over again.
Looks like Q accidentally reset his splits, but that shouldn't change the, I don't know, it looked like he was a bit upset about that, but he's still going.
Yeah, I mean it's still very early on in this run, he could easily PB.
Didn't that happen yet, like, on Friday? Like, the race started, but there was some kind of weird live split bug where it reset the splits.
The person started their splits at the same time that they started automatically,
Okay.
so that's why that happened. So SpeedFrog and Ignatious now both coming up to the King Knight fight, while Q is about to enter the book room. Taiwan going out of his way to purchase the Flare Wand.
Oh man.
I think this is the first time in the tournament we've seen someone go for the Flare Wand as opposed to the Chaos Sphere. So the Flare Wand actually is faster to acquire than the Chaos Sphere and offers some different strategies in different levels. This also changes what time Taiwan will get the Conjurer's Coat, so he will actually be doing Explodatorium with the Conjurer's Coat. So stay tuned for that, that'll be fun.
These things make me very happy.
SpeedFrog and Ignatius both getting King Knight kills. I didn't see if they got the quick kill. Meanwhile, Q comes up not too far behind. A little messy on the start, but does avoid the stun.
Oh man. Unfortunately, he gets King Fetty, but still finishes him off.
Yeah, he's able to use shovel cancel attacks against him, which really helped that fight out.
Yeah, King Fetty can be very, very annoying.
So Ignatius and SpeedFrog now have both gone and purchased the Chaos Sphere. And so while it may seem that Taiwan is way far behind SpeedFrog, keep in mind that Taiwan does not have to go back to the village. He can just go straight to the Lich Yard after this.
So overall, I believe the Orb is a better ranged weapon on its own, but the Flare Wand takes considerably less amount of time to actually acquire.
And less magic.
Yes.
That is true as well. I believe it costs, I think it's 4 magic for every flare
Yeah.
hit and 6 for each orb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Engage, you kind of, after you and I kind of found some strats for it, you really stuck with the flare route. Like, what do you think of it versus the orb route? You know, what are some of the pros and cons?
Well, with the orb route, you can obviously kill bosses much faster with it because they pass through objects. The flare wand, however, the flare wand shots disappear after hitting an object or an enemy. But as opposed to the orbs, the flare wand has some more unique movement strats that hopefully we'll see Taiwan use coming up here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He does have some time to make up on SpeedFrog now, since SpeedFrog did take a death to these spikes by this frog. I'm guessing he
Something
just
I
jumped a
do
little too
all the
high.
time.
Taiwan unfortunately missing the frog pogo there. Q opting to ride the platform.
So even though Taiwan does have the world record in Shovel Knight New Game Plus, he doesn't actually really play this category at all because, quote, it's very boring. Also, another quote, I ain't afraid of no one, so we'll see if he actually wins.
Yeah, Taiwan's actual PB in any percent is like a 47, I believe.
SpeedFrog took a death there hitting the top of the spikes. So, looks like Taiwan will be able to make up some ground here.
Looks like Q took a death to the lowering platform and skeleton. Must have gotten stuck in there. Ignatius moves on to the Spectre Knight fight. So Spectre Knight's first teleport is always to the opposite corner. After that it is luck based, so fortunately getting bad luck, but he does recover the fight nicely. Saves just enough magic to do a lot of damage at the end. Q patiently moving through the dark room with the frogs. And Taiwan not too far behind SpeedFrog, just a long room and the room for Spectre between them. SpeedFrog getting good luck on the Spectre fight.
Does not kill him on the bottom, but still kills him pretty fast.
So hopefully Taiwan also gets good luck so he can maintain an even pace. And Ignatious entering the first of the 3 dreams. Diesel, what are some of the things that we're going to see them do in the dreams?
Well, mostly in the dreams and going up by Ignatius route he's taking. The object is really to take damage as quickly as possible to end the dream sequence faster. But also at the same time is killing those skeletons and getting as much gems as you can. This all goes towards what'll look like maybe them getting the Conjurer's Coat after Explodatorium.
Taiwan getting not such a great fight. He got a bad teleport, and he also didn't manage the. He didn't do as much damage as he should have many times.
But Ignatius is coming up to the beetle skip. Like, probably one of the first big tricks that will wall newer runners.
Yeah, the old strat for doing the beetle skip involved using the phase locket, but as of late, we've kind of eliminated that from the route.
Ignatius unfortunately jumped off of the dirt too early. If he had waited just a little bit longer, he would have actually made that, or just done a higher jump. So now he's going to have to get back up to that point. It's interesting that he didn't reset the map to get his gold back. We'll see what if he realizes that or how he'll adjust.
He might not go for it this time around.
Meanwhile, SpeedFrog nails Beetle Skip. Taiwan also just now entering Lost City, so that's still a very close race there. Thanks to that death, Kyuketsuki is actually not too far behind Ignatius. Only the dream between them. The dream is only about 50 seconds. So if he does not die, he will make up some time.
Nice. Okay, so there we saw Taiwan do
the madman.
do it.
Oh, did he do
without
it?
The beetle.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
He messed up.
he did it.
He messed up though. He didn't actually pull it off, but he
He
could
did
have.
not. He did execute it and still
Oh man.
got past the beetle, which is insane.
So Taiwan recently found a somewhat consistent setup to get a much faster beetle skip. And I want to stress that that is a pixel perfect jump, no matter what setup you use. It's still, if you miss it, you are dead. And Q opting to kill a lot of enemies in the dream for a lot of gold. I'm not sure if he's doing that to make up gold that he may have dropped, or just because. And
He's
again, it
getting-
may be part of his route.
He may be getting extra health.
SpeedFrog going for the really risky bounce after knuckling that slime. It's faster, but boy is it a heart stopper.
Did anyone see if Ignatius actually got some of his money back?
I believe he did, because he rode the beetle and dug through to get the extra 300 on the bottom
Oh,
of buried
okay.
in the stones.
Yeah.
And he
Not
almost
a bad
forgot to get the
decision.
knuckles. No, it was a great idea. He almost forgot to buy the knuckles, and then he remembered that he had to get them. Speaking of, Taiwan just got them. Engage, what do the knuckles do for us in this run?
Well, when you knuckle an enemy or a block or a slime or whatever, you get propelled forward a little bit. This is actually faster than regular walking, and it does provide, I think, a couple of invincibility frames, so you can pass through enemies.
We actually saw Taiwan attempt to use the knuckles to knock the slime over on the lava to make it a bounce pad, but he barely missed the slime drop and took a death there.
Unfortunate.
SpeedFrog getting a really nice all-night kill.
So something to note about checkpoints is that yes, you do get a ton of gold when you break them, but they also stop functioning as a checkpoint, which is why Taiwan went back so far.
Q going up against... Oh, is not gonna do the first beetle skip. So he's just gonna take it nice and easy, get this easy gold at the... Wait. Oh wait.
No, he's not
He
getting
actually
gold.
didn't... He actually didn't get the gold. Well,
He may have forgotten about it, or he may not use it.
yeah, it's not a huge deal. That extra gold is just for safety. You should still have enough.
Yes, he definitely has enough.
Taiwan nails Beetle 2.
Now
SpeedFrog doing his
SpeedFrog
patented
is-
checkpoint break. So something to note about Explodatorium is that these pot lids you see SpeedFrog at now are on a global cycle from the time the level starts, which includes the opening text. And he found a way to break the checkpoint, the first checkpoint in this level, without losing any time so that you can make the cycle. And it's actually really hard to do. I have yet to do it with any amount of success. You see Ignatious punching through the blocks. All those punches are required for you to get the best possible cycle in this level. And he nails the first room there, which is incredibly difficult to do. Chooses to not break that checkpoint just to make sure he makes the cycle. Taiwan takes out Mole Knight, while Q approaches Dust Knuckles.
SpeedFrog might get... Oh, he was so close. I think he was 2 swings away from getting a first cycle out for this.
Now Taiwan is moving on to Treasure Knight stage, and here we see where the path really deviates. Since we really don't need, in the Flare Rod route, we really don't need the Conjurer's Coat, we just go straight to Treasure Knight stage and do it normally. Ooh. SpeedFrog missing the ladder skip.
Yes, we'll see if he gets... Oh, he doesn't even have to go for the Ice Climber strat.
Yeah, he
We'll go for the backup. Unfortunately gets hit. It can be difficult to move around these Slime Knights as they go down for their own shovel drop. And he
There
makes
he
it up
goes.
finally. So no matter what route the runners take at this point, the general idea is to do 2 levels in the second trio of Mole Plague Treasure and then go to the Armor Outpost, generally. Either way, at the end of either level you want to have at least 5,500 gold. And Taiwan opting to do a lot of damage boosting to get through that room safely.
Ignatius gets the backup ladder skip. Very good.
Taiwan dies to the fish. I think he dropped down. Oh, he's actually gonna have to get extra money now because he died there. I don't know if he can get his money back. That's really unfortunate.
Yes, the amount you lose when you die is 1/4
Yeah.
of the total you had when you died. So in his case,
Oh,
he had
man,
almost
dude.
1,000 gold. That was a sizable chunk.
Well, it's
Ooh,
good that he
yeah.
recognized it before he passed the checkpoint, so he's able to get it back at least right there.
Q patiently dealing with Mole Knight. So some nice dodging from him. And Taiwan bouncing off the treasure chest. Incredibly dangerous to do.
Ignatius getting a really good pattern against Plague Knight here.
And now he just has to finish him off. Yo, he got him stuck underneath the vat, the dream.
Nice.
Nice.
SpeedFrog has purchased Conjurer's Coat and the Charge Slash. Also to note, SpeedFrog is using a color code to make Shovel Knight pink. So his armor color will not actually change, but he does have the Conjurer's Coat, so he will be suffering the effects. Which include taking extra damage as well as 50 extra magic. And Q enters Explodatorium. Patiently getting through the first long room, trying to take as little damage as possible. Unfortunately misses a jump. Falls into a pit. Taiwan making Anger Skip.
SpeedFrog was trying to do the bubble gap trick where there's a small gap between the bubbles and the spikes that you can fall through without having to wait for the bubble platform to disappear. It's really hard to do, but he was going for the charge slash method, in which he would prepare a charge slash and then just inch his way forward until he fell through the gap.
And so Taiwan starts the Treasure Knight fight. Something to note about the Flare Wand is it's actually slightly harder to hit Treasure Knight with it, I believe, because it gets fizzled out by the anchor, whereas the orb just plows right through, but Taiwan showcases his excellent shuffle canceling ability and completely destroys the boss.
Fish slowed down on Ignatious there a little bit. He has the
Yeah.
tendency to do that.
Yeah, it changes up where he will stop and, you know, open his little chest thing there so you can hit him.
Looks like Q takes another death on Explodatorium, but he gets right back at it. Now Taiwan has acquired the Conjurer's Coat, so now he will attempt to do the insane and play Explodatorium with the Conjurer's Coat.
Yeah, most people will think it's insane, but once you get the hang of the patterns and when and where you're supposed to take hits, it doesn't become so hard.
Yeah, Taiwan's really low on health here. He's gonna have to take this next section carefully, but takes a
Yeah.
death there.
Q also died in the pot room in Explodatorium while attempting to get his gold back.
SpeedFrog got a really nice second anchor skip where he bounces off the projectiles of the... What's the name of that enemy? The Sea Witch thing that shoots the projectiles?
I'm not actually sure.
Time to check the website.
Nice kill from SpeedFrog on Treasure Knight. He waited until Treasure Knight came back down to the ground, which is good because if you kill Treasure Knight when he's up in the air, he slowly floats back down to the ground.
Yeah, he has the same water physics as Shovel Knight does.
Looks like Taiwan took another death somewhere.
He died at the pot cycle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one.
Q is approaching the mini-boss in Explodatorium. We'll see how he fares against the Yeti. Unfortunately, having to break a lot of these blocks and take a lower path, and then kind of dig his way out. SpeedFrog dying as quickly as possible, almost catching Shield Knight up in the air, which would have saved him a considerable amount of time. Taiwan coming up to the mini-boss as well, just as Q is. Taiwan opts to shoot flares at the mini-boss like no other. And Q being the bravest man, and canceling the Yeti to death. My goodness.
Dude, he actually did it.
Oh,
Oh, very nice.
Taiwan went for the ice climber strat there. Had to settle for the backup.
At least he didn't get hit, that would have killed him. Oh, he got the apple, never mind.
Ignatious going to town, and he's going to be buying Conjurer's Coat and Charge Slash. I'm not too familiar with what Q is going to do after this stage. He might opt to get Conjurer's Coat, or
I think he
I'm not
said
sure.
I think he said he wasn't going to get Conjurer's Coat.
I think he's going back for more health. SpeedFrog on his way to the propeller dagger. I missed if he got the dinghy dropper skip at the end.
I don't think he did. Oh,
SpeedFrog punching the box to get to the treasure chest a little bit earlier.
Oh. Ignatious took a death there at the
Ooh.
propeller enemy.
Oh no.
And unfortunately, he broke the
Oh.
first checkpoint for gold. So he's going to have to start all the way at that to be at the beginning. But he should be able to get his money back.
I think so. Q's taking.
Taiwan
Nice
meanwhile handles Plague Knight.
Yeah, Q's having some nice patience on the Plague Knight fight. He's not getting flustered by anything right now. Whether he knows it or not, he's actually doing really good on damage boosting to keep going the same direction that Plague is.
And he got him. He looked very relieved. from
Oh
that one.
god, dude. I'm doing a lot of clutch kills here.
He's got his cam on stream right now.
Oh.
You can tell how relieved he is.
Did SpeedFrog die?
No, can't remember if he died or not.
I think he just fell down.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he chooses not to do the wind tunnel
Oh.
strat.
Oh,
he
Oh
grabbed the
no,
checkpoint,
dude!
though.
He did get the checkpoint, but yeah. Taiwan is catching up, slowly but surely.
Ignatious having to go past the propeller dagger to pick up a hidden 200 gem to have enough money. Good idea, actually. Good of him to remember that that's there. I know I've gotten to that
Yeah.
point and forgotten.
I've done that many times.
Ooh, Taiwan going for the dinghy dropper skip. Almost gets it, but not quite enough height from it.
It should be noted that by the time you get to the screen with the propeller dagger, you want to have at least 3750 gold, because there is an extra 150 there for you to pick up.
I believe there's also an extra 200 at the right of the chest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Ignatius had to pick up.
Ooh, Taiwan goes
Wow.
for... Oh my god.
SpeedFrog
Nice.
using
What
the
is SpeedFrog?
propeller dagger right above the pit. That is insanely dangerous.
Wow. And there's a little swag there where he falls down the pit after the propeller's dead. He won't
Taiwan
die.
pulling off the most perfect Jawa room ever. I might have to go back to doing that strat that way.
He also did the, he also knuckled the jellies 2 screens before.
Yeah, I started doing that again as well. I find it easier than doing the damage boost strat
Hmm.
personally.
He actually did miss that strat once, and wasted a fair bit of time. Looks like Ignatious is taking this room pretty slowly, which is pretty smart.
Kyuketsuki now coming up to 420 fish.
Taiwan going in the wind room. And looks like, yeah, he pulled off the strat. That's the fastest way of going through there. Very risky if you do any part of that strat and mess it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you go too early, you're probably gonna die, and if you go too late, you just won't get it.
Taiwan once again having the most clutch saves right at the end of the flying machine. Just like AGDQ. And Ignatius's propeller kill was actually really good.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, what the
Wow,
hell was that? Oh, does not manage to kill Propeller in the air, but still a pretty fast kill.
Yeah, he brought him down to
Ignate-
1 HP, which is...
Yeah, Ignatius did the same. Meanwhile, SpeedFrog is just miles ahead right now, almost done with Tinker Knight's stage. Got himself the final relic, the mobile gear, which lets him skip some auto-scrollers in that level, and also one-shot the first phase of the boss of the Clockwork Tower. Q is approaching the anchor skip room. See what his plan is there.
And Kyuketsuki getting hit by the missile as he's climbing the ladder.
Right, Ignatius has acquired the gear for 3,000 gold. For anyone that doesn't know, that one costs 6 magic to use. Q getting the food before the Treasure Knight fight. Wise choice, as that boss does a lot of damage. Taiwan coming up to the gear himself. While Ignatius enters the first auto-scroller.
SpeedFrog using the first, or using the mobile gear on the first phase of Tinker to one-shot him. Oh, SpeedFrog takes a death. He was trying to get the knuckle strat against Tinker Knight, where you can knuckle him back and forth and stay at his height level, but he missed him and then jumped and took damage.
I
Looks like-
apologize for that strat.
Looks like Taiwan will have to make up some good time then, because Taiwan used his New Game Plus muscle memory to just blaze through the first auto-scroller, using propeller daggers the whole first half of the level, for that room anyway. And I want to point out that in the Treasure Knight fight, Q actually showed off a mechanic that not many people know about. When the Whirlpool attack is active, as long as you're bouncing on Treasure Knight in the corner and holding toward the corner, you actually won't get sucked into the Whirlpool.
Looks like Hugh is not really trying to kill himself, just trying to collect as much money as possible in the stream sequence.
Ooh,
Yeah.
SpeedFrog falling again with the knuckle strat. And there's another mechanic that SpeedFrog shows off, in which the shoulder missiles that Tinker's second phase fires can be deflected back at him, and they will do a half unit of damage,
I think it's a full, actually.
or a full rather. Sorry.
I don't... Well, I don't remember because I haven't done it in forever, but I think it's a full, so it's more than you'd think.
It
Yeah,
is full, yeah.
Yeah, I can confirm that.
It's a good alternative if you somehow miss the gear throw and falls down, or if you get knocked off of Tinker, and then when you pogo up, usually you're in a good cycle for the it already to be coming at you, so you can reflect it on your way back to pogoing him.
Right. SpeedFrog has entered the stranded ship, one of the more dangerous levels, especially at this late point in the game. There's very few areas to heal or pick up magic, so every single propeller dagger use is like carefully chosen for the most time save possible. In addition, there are 2 damage boosts that you do in an optimal route, which is why getting hit, or not getting hit, is so important in this level. Ignatius coming up to the gear throw trick. You just jump off the gear to grab this ladder. That only works on PC if you have vertical sync enabled.
Kyuketsuki is going back to the village to get more health.
I don't think he got more health actually. I think I only saw him get 1 magic up there. which is a little bit strange. I think he might have
Maybe he forgot.
I I think he might have forgotten because I'm pretty sure he had a meal ticket going into that going back in there.
Hmm.
However, I mean, doing the rest of the game with 6 health and no Conjurer's Coat is still pretty safe, I would say. You still have a decent margin of error.
So it looks like SpeedFrog did take some unintentional damage somewhere, so he did have to get the health before Polar Knight. Taiwan again, not too far behind. Polar Knight, or the Stranded Ship, is one of the shorter levels in the run. And Polar Knight unfortunately jumping a second time for SpeedFrog, or maybe even the third. Q approaching the mini-boss in Flying Machine.
I'm not quite sure what Taiwan was doing there with doing a charge slash in that section.
He might have been trying to jump and hit the shield enemy up top, but I'm not sure.
Either way, oh, he's actually gonna kill himself here
Okay.
so that he can do the damage boost in the next room. Might be a good idea.
He also gets max magic from that as well, so...
That is true, also. Oh.
Yeah, I would think that was more something for magic.
He probably needs the magic or wants to use it for the Polar Knight fight.
Q has
He's gonna
acquired
use-
his own propeller dagger.
Yeah, he's gonna use the Oh, he was using the dagger strat with the knuckles and looks like maybe just touched a pixel of those spikes.
Oh, he just didn't jump in time. That's unfortunate.
SpeedFrog just used the mobile gear there to jump off the ledge. If you're riding the mobile gear off of a ledge, you get a little hop. And you can use that hop to get up to certain levels. In that case, you can actually skip that entire section by doing that.
Q is patiently moving through the triple Jawa room. Gets through it without dying, which is excellent. Taiwan gets to skip the health before Polar Knight. Ignatius
that-
and SpeedFrog both in Tower 1.
May have cost them.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
That strat looks very, very hard to pull on a Taiwan screen.
It is. Let me tell you.
Still very cool though, that he was able to do it.
SpeedFrog having a little trouble with the long dark room, but seems to have recovered nicely.
Yeah, he remembered to get the magic in the dirt block, which is good.
Q patiently moving through the flying machine. That's honestly the best way to get through that level before you learn all the really advanced strats, is to just take it slow and make sure you get through the room. And the same can be said of any level, but especially the flying machine.
Looks like SpeedFrog is... Looks like he's gonna get the stun lock on Black Knight. Oh! He must have misjudged how much health Black Knight had left because he was trying to prepare a charge slash. Either that or he was trying to do the double charge slash trick.
I'm not sure, but he did recover well at least.
Oh, Taiwan rides the gear the wrong way.
That can technically still get him enough height.
Yeah, you can still actually no. That's actually the method that he goes by is taking the left side. Okay.
Yeah, that's a fairly recent development, if I'm not mistaken.
I got you. I never seen that.
Much tighter timing, but it works. Q
We'll
patiently bouncing on Propeller Knight.
We'll now see if Ignatius can get the Black Knight 3 stun lock.
He's off to a good start.
Oh,
He lost it right there. He almost had it. And the thing with Black Knight 3 is if you give him any time to recover from the stun lock, the smallest window, he will break out of it and do this phase.
Oh, he dropped down below Black Knight, so it's gonna wait for him to drop down.
Still a solid fight from Ignatious. Q has claimed victory over Propeller Knight and moves into the Clockwork Tower.
Taiwan on 1 health, so you better not mess up or he's gonna die.
I believe in him.
Yeah, this next screen isn't too bad as long as you're paying attention.
oh, and SpeedFrog getting hit by the spikes on the Tower 2 auto sword.
Oh no, dude. Dang.
He was standing just a pixel too far to the left.
Yeah,
Oh my.
I have done that.
Oh, looks like he may have alt-tabbed and he didn't tab back into the game, so he didn't get to walk back over, according to his chat.
Nice.
Oh, Q unfortunately dies in Clockwork Tower before the first checkpoint, so he must start over. SpeedFrog still has a very sizable lead against Taiwan, so that death isn't too costly in terms of winning the race or not.
Right.
And Taiwan gets the Black Knight 3 stun lock and finishes him off with a charge slash. It's very nice.
Might be the first one in the marathon, or the tournament rather.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Q is taking his time with these moving platforms to make sure he gets his money back. I'm not sure if he's going to be making another trip to the village or not, because he does have enough for the gear. I don't know what else he'd like to buy.
More health.
Speedfire using a little extra magic to get into boss rush a little faster at the cost of very precious magic.
That's what I do most of
Yeah.
the time.
Excellent King Knight fight, despite the ending.
And he gets Tinker second, which, depending on how much magic you use in the first fight, could be a bit worrisome.
Yeah. I don't mind getting Tinker, like, within the first 3, honestly, because then I don't have to worry about having magic for him later.
Ooh, and he doesn't get the pogo on.
Oh, Taiwan, no! Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Once
a
you
little
fall-
behind. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah,
Another
once...
example of Jawas.
Yeah. That
Alright, Q
Jawa
has
really...
gotten back. Oh, what happened?
That Jawa really siphoned out
Oh.
on Taiwan screen, unfortunately.
Q made it through the dagger room without dying, which is great, because that room is pure evil. Rides the gear through the first half of the auto-scroller, and then gets set up for the second half. Oh, Taiwan. SpeedFrog is 3 bosses in the boss rush. Ignatious finishes off Mole Knight as Q approaches the end of Clockwork Tower. Opts to skip the checkpoint. We'll see if that pays off for him. These last few rooms aren't too dangerous, but the missiles are random. SpeedFrog having a little trouble finishing off Spectre Knight.
Yeah, if you take too long in that fight, he'll do all sorts of silly things.
So SpeedFrog will have to grab this health before starting the treasure fight. It shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Wow, SpeedFrog with a really good treasure fight.
That was possibly the best pattern you could ever hope for. Ignatious taking things slow on the Tinker Knight fight.
Very nice propeller fight from
Yep.
SpeedFrog.
Uses the tried and true charge slash method there.
And finishes him off with a dagger.
Q is past the most dangerous parts of the Clockwork Tower, being the 2 auto-scrollers. He's about to start the Tinker Knight fight.
Very smart on Ignatius getting that health right before Treasure Knight did the
Slam attack.
yeah, that would have surely killed him.
Looking at the timers available, it looks like Kyuketsuki is still on a very solid PB pace by about 3 minutes or so.
Ignatius almost got the quick kill for Propeller, just left him with a half health.
SpeedFrog is done with boss rush. All that's left is for him to proceed to the Enchantress fights.
And
Tower
he
3.
saves King Knight. Good man.
Aw.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of a meme within our community. If King Knight is the first boss up during the boss rush, we usually save him before proceeding to the Enchantress.
Q about to take down Tinker Knight, and he gets him. Slow and steady, gets the PB, as they say. Ignatious takes down King Knight to finish his own boss rush. And Ignatious actually can PB and sub 50 off of this. Looking at his splits right now, he got a gold on boss rush.
Nice.
That's possible.
Taiwan nailing the Spectre fight.
Looks like Kyuketsuki was trying to use the gear at the beginning of Polar Knight stage to get up the platform, but it just wasn't high enough.
SpeedFrog had to wait for Enchantress to come back to him a little bit, but he managed to kill her on the bottom floor.
And Kyuketsuki suddenly remembering the mobile gear to get enough height on the ladder.
Ignatius actually accidentally fell off the gear there, so he had to
Damn.
wait for it to leave the screen so he could throw another one, and it obviously used more magic.
That's okay, he has plenty to spare. Q using an interesting strat with the gear to just ride under those shield enemies. I've never seen that done.
SpeedFrog using the propeller dagger method for Enchantress 2.
And he got him.
Got him, dude.
And that's time for SpeedFrog.
49:07 according to SRL timing for SpeedFrog. And Ignatius actually might still PB. It's gonna be really close, but he can do it.
You can definitely do it.
Takes about 25 seconds from the time the music starts at Enchantress 2 to actually finish the game. Unfortunately, rides the gear over to the far right.
That won't matter. You can still get back to the center.
That's the correct way to start the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be really close, but he can do it.
Very
he gets a PB
nice.
by
Hey,
4
got
seconds.
a PB. 50:08,
Yeah.
I believe.
Nice, dude.
Alright, and Taiwan is about to approach the Enchantress fights himself.
Yeah, there was an extra gap there. He made his hole like too close to the other one, so he missed killing the Enchantress with a pogo. Still gonna kill her though, right? Okay, that was close.
And Q is almost done with the stranded ship. He's actually making excellent progress still. Q is actually on pace to be about 6 minutes ahead of his PB of 1 hour 26, so he's making leaps and bounds this race, whether he knows it or not. Unfortunately, he does not throw the gear on the right spot, and then gets hit by the snowflake.
Yeah, that's good. Oh,
Not really
oh,
sure
he got
what
hit
he's
by the
doing
snake.
here.
He's trying to gear his way through.
Hmm. That was a very interesting kill for Enchantress 2 by Taiwan.
Oh, and Kyuketsuki dies.
He used a mixture of Propeller Dagger and Knuckles. I've never seen that fight before.
Maybe he was trying New Game Plus strats.
Either way, that was a really solid fight.
Alright, so far in this tournament, in case anyone was wondering, the higher seed has won each race so far. Which I guess is expected.
That makes sense.
I think Taiwan could have done a lot better than he did if he actually cared, but I guess he doesn't.
Yeah, he had some really bad luck early on.
Yeah, I think the deaths that he had in planes really just it kind of just ruins the flow, everything after that. Not to say that his run was bad, but he had a lot of good things happen, but you die twice in planes and you just kind of yeah,
Tune
you just
out.
don't you tune out, you don't care for the most part. So
We'll see if Kyuketsuki can clean up Fortnite. And there's a thing about Fortnite that you can't really pogo him to death because he'll just throw you off and do damage.
So now we just get to cheer on Q as he finishes the game. All he has left is the Tower of Fate, and let's see.
Looks like he's trying to get some gold. I'm guessing he's going to go back to the village to get some more health.
He is still several minutes ahead of his PB, which is good.
There he goes.
Looks like he's picking up all the remaining health, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I like it. And he's picking up extra magic too.
I think he's actually missing 1 health, but it's almost all health.
Meanwhile, SpeedFrog is practicing planes. Let's focus on Q.
Looks like he's
Okay.
going to take the long way around.
And
Oh,
no shame in that.
and
Oh.
then falls down, unfortunately.
Oops. It's alright, as long as that one rat is nice to him, he'll be fine.
Oh, he
Oh,
falls
no.
down again.
Oh, good save though. Excellent save.
Looks like he was trying to get a boost off the rat, but he didn't get
Yeah.
it. This time he kills all the rats though.
There's 2 methods for that skip. You can either use a mobile gear and use it to hop off the ledge and then jump up, or you can kind of wait for the rat and lure it towards you a little bit and pogo it up.
Oh, and he takes a hit from the griffin. And he falls right back down.
Yeah, this part of Tower 1 is not very forgiving if you do mess up.
And it happens again.
Good recovery though.
Yeah. Just a little patient. There we go. And he's through. Looks like he's going to take the pressure room very patiently.
Ooh, almost decided to go. And he would have died if he did decide to go for it.
Oh, SpeedFrog is doing an actual attempt now. Alright.
Good job. He used the chompy there to pogo up to the next level. You can actually also kill that the dripping ninja if you just continue.
Samurai.
Yeah, samurai ninja. You can actually just hold left and down and pogo.
Oh
Alright.
man. Oh man. He's just before the checkpoint. Alright, home safe.
There's actually wall meat in one of those walls up there that he didn't get. Oh, and he takes a death.
It's okay, better to take it right there than in the next room.
Right.
So let's see, it looks like his ending split for Tower 1, according to his splits, is 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 4 seconds. So he's ahead still by a good 8 minutes, assuming he gets a kill first try. Any sort of Black Knight kill would still have him minutes ahead. I know it's just been the first round of the tournament, but we've already seen, what, 3 PBs, I think?
2 PBs.
We had Ignatious got a PB, Lucor got a PB,
Oh yeah, that's right. He got a PB too.
and then so did
And then earlier today,
you Mario.
Mario, a
Oh,
15-minute PB.
Yeah,
Mario went from an hour 12 to a 57.
And then Not So Newbie actually came within 2 seconds of a PB.
Yeah, he was very close to also getting one.
Q's gonna take this fight pretty slowly. Gonna rely mostly on Pogos.
well, according to Q's splits on his own stream, his PB is a 126. So maybe he just didn't upload his new PB.
It did look like Black Knight was hittable from where he stood still for a moment there.
Yeah, that's the thing I see runners don't realize with Black Knight 3 is that if he's low enough when he's hovering in the air like that, that you can just jump up and whack him a few times.
Admittedly, it doesn't really happen very often. You have to have
There we
a
go.
certain flat pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good 7.5 minutes ahead. Easily sub 120 pace. Moving into boss rush, we'll see exactly how risky he chooses to play some of these rooms. And what strats he uses to ensure he lives.
And
Oh,
he falls right into the spikes.
can't say I haven't done that before. I think we've all done that at least 10 times.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
I did that just the other day. I slapped myself in the face.
And he falls right into the lava.
It's okay, the checkpoint is right there. That's another easy spot to die in. I've died there recently as well, so.
Yeah, the rats can give you a little trouble as they can be somewhat random.
That's definitely one of the most awkward rooms in this game, I would say.
Going with the
This
rats.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one too. That's the room with the million slimes is also complete garbage. I don't know why that's in the game.
To annoy you and make things generally irritating.
Alright, and he gets past that Drip Samurai. First job, I'll give him a little trouble, and yeah. That's
That's
that
no,
is-
dude.
a huge problem with Jawas, right there.
Yeah, that first one will get you if you don't really have a good sense of where you are above the screen, which is really difficult to, like, know.
Yeah. And that time, the samurai gave him a little issue.
He's actually taking the right side. Which, oh, and he knocked the thing back.
Oh, that's
There we
weird.
go.
Oh,
Oh!
with the save!
Very nice.
Yes, he did it! The absolute madman.
Taiwan would be very proud of that.
Alright, Q already showing that he is better at the auto-scroller than SpeedFrog. For some reason trying to knuckle those blocks, I don't know why.
Swag, maybe? Oh.
Yeah, you technically can advance past these blocks here. If you jump high enough.
Yeah, basically anything above the black line where all the statistics are, nothing will spawn above that point.
Alright.
It's like he's getting forward first. And there we go, you got him. Fun little fact, those skeletons that Spectre Knight spawns can drop magic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, falls off Tinker.
I don't know if he knows to use the gear here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for just pogo attacks.
Yeah. And he gets him.
Now the king fight
King
and
fight.
boss rush, yeah, becomes a little bit different because you have no ceiling to Pogo King Knight up into.
There we go, you got him.
Yeah, so you really got to rely on shovel cancel attacks there.
Another little thing about the king fight in boss rush is that if you kill him just as he does King Fetty, the King Fetty will persist into the next fight. Having a little difficulty with Plague right now.
He needs to utilize his orbs more in this fight. Especially when Plague willingly goes into the corner like that.
Oh yeah. Orbs are definitely your best friend with the Plague fight. But he does manage to pogo him up high when he goes for the bomb throw.
I don't know if he planned that, but that was really clever either way.
Yeah.
It looks
It's a
like
nice
he's
double
going to
kill.
get one of those more unique patterns where he throws lava.
Oh, and he scoops the last hittable shot.
Oh, right. I forgot that you can actually, like,
His lava
reflect those.
Every other, every other like cycle of attacks that he does.
Only
there's, like,
Only the flashing ones.
yeah, the flashing ones, and it happens to be like every other time he throws it.
Yeah. Black Knight 3 actually has a similar attack, but we rarely see it.
Right, it's the, what is it, the bunch of rocks or whatever he shovels?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Those are-
third one, like the highest one, is also flashing and does the same thing that Mole Knight's projectiles do.
And there he goes.
and there goes Propeller.
Last one will be treasure.
When Treasure Knight spawns, you actually don't want to be right on top of him, because if you're right on top of him when he spawns, he actually has to float towards the left or right, which wastes a little bit of time.
It's always important to try to make sure you get the right location when each boss appears. And there he goes. He's finished boss rush.
Utilizing the same trick on Treasure that he did in the Iron Whale.
He's a good 6 minutes ahead.
And he
6
opts
minutes.
to save the knights.
What a
good-
gentleman.
What a good guy.
On PB pace and goes for the save.
Now all that stands between him and a sub 120 time is the Enchantress. Takes it nice and slow through this long room with the blocks. Until you remember where these blocks spawn, this can be a very scary part to do.
Yeah.
Especially in low percent. But now that he knows he's safe, he's daggering like a madman. And selects the Knuckles. I'm curious as to what he's gonna do.
It looks like he didn't know he could actually skip the cutscene as soon as you enter the room. You actually don't have to wait for the camera to pan at all.
Getting some good damage on Enchantress here. We'll see if he can avoid these next few shots. Oh!
I don't
Maybe he-
know if he can knuckle her to death like that.
Ooh, takes another death by falling into the pit.
Trying to use orbs here to hit her as she's on the bottom side of the floor there.
Not sure if that's the best idea, since it's very hard to actually hit her like that.
I mean, if you have the extra magic, by all means, but yeah, it's ideally not good. Oh man, he's very
Oh.
lucky there.
Wow.
He almost got. He
Very
almost got.
lucky.
One more hit. That's all he needs.
And he got.
Okay, he got it.
He could have gotten stuck inside of the blocks as they were respawned by enchanters and would have had no choice but to kill himself.
Or wait until she breaks the blocks herself with a diagonal shot, maybe. I assume he will be going for dagger hits here.
No, he's just gonna keep pogoing her.
Oh, what? I have... What? What is going on? Oh, okay.
He was using, he was using the dagger to
It's
get.
not much. It's a lot harder. Oh, when he takes a death there, it's a
Oh,
lot
dang.
harder to. It's a lot harder to do that because each time you pogo Enchantress, she moves further and further away from you.
I've actually never seen that. That's that's kind of neat. I didn't even know that was possible.
It's a very casual strat.
Which is really hard because you kind of
As you
have
can-
to judge where you're at. You can't
Yeah.
see.
As you can see, she's really moving.
This is really entertaining, actually.
What is
Oh,
This is impressive. I've never seen anyone do this.
And GG.
and GG, finally. Did he get a PB?
He did. I'm almost positive he did. 119.55 according to SRL timing. 119.41 according to the on-screen timer on Speed Gaming. So yeah, that's a 6.5-ish minute PB.
Very well done by Kyuketsuki.
Wait, what was his time?
119.
1941, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that is all we have scheduled for tonight. Let's see. Yep, that's the last thing scheduled on Speed Gaming for tonight. Thanks everybody for coming out to watch these races today. And tomorrow we have a couple of races coming at you. one at 10 a.m. Eastern. Looks like that is Mumuakai versus Pondering.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Eastern.
Wow, that's really early.
Yeah. And then also tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern is S Diesel versus Jade Puppy.
Jay Diesel, what do you think?
I think that I'm gonna try to go really fast. That's about it.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I think that's the strat I'll use, is to go fast. But Jade is a pretty consistent sub 58 runner. So I'm sorry, sub 48. And I think we've been accurately placed within the brackets there. We're both right around the same time.
The run should be entertaining.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, I think that's all for us this evening, though. So thanks everybody. Thanks to Feasel for doing the restream as always. Thanks to our racers, and congrats everybody on your new personal bests and wins.
And just to remember that although the losers of this race lost, they are not necessarily out of the tournament yet. There are losers brackets, and we will see them once again somewhere down the line. Alright, I guess that's it, so I'm going to log out now. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, Engage.
Later, dude.
Later.
Laters.